What's up, guys? It's GamerMD83, and I am here with you with a new series that I'm starting. I think this is probably going to be like a twice a month kind of thing. It all depends. For now, I'm calling it PS3 exclusives with MD. I will do small games, big games, all that kind of thing. So this is not a review. Don't confuse it with a review. It's not. It's just me talking about the game, recommending it, what my initial thoughts are about it, that kind of thing. So the game I'm going to be talking about today is a PSN exclusive game that just recently came out yesterday, the 23rd of October. The Unfinished Swan was developed by Giant Sparrow. I got it before it was released, so I played it a few days ago. It was a PlayStation Plus exclusive, but I sadly didn't finish playing it, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. This game has gotten mixed reviews. I've seen really good reviews out there, and I've seen pretty bad reviews. I've seen some average reviews, and I think it all depends. It's not so much the game, it's not so much the story of the game or anything like that. It depends on the person, because this is such a very unique kind of game. It has a lot of things that could attract specific people and really turn off other people. This game is based very much on the aesthetics of it. It's very artistic, it's very imaginative, that kind of thing. So as you could see in the beginning and also throughout the game, it feels a lot like when someone was reading a book to you back in school, like when you were in elementary school or something like that. That's what I felt. I was like, this feels like story time or something like that, because it has that feeling of a children's book. I know that it has to do with a mother and a child, and you're playing the child. I think his name is Monroe. The mother was a painter, and there's this painting of a swan that she never finished. The swan is pretty much what you're following throughout the whole game. It's your guide. You are placed pretty much on a canvas, a white canvas, and there's nothing around you, so the only way you could see what is around you is by throwing paint, and all of a sudden you start seeing the contours of the walls, of the floor, of objects in front of you, and so you start seeing where to go, because once you throw a paintball, you're like, oh, there's a corner, so I turn that way because there's a wall over here. So you're forming your environment around you with this paint. So I could see how that could kind of turn off a lot of people, where they're just like, oh god, I can't play this for more than like 15 minutes. It is very cool to look at. Like, that's what I liked, was that it was very cool to look at. Like, you turn around and like you throw all this paint all over the place, and then you walk through, you're like, okay, this is my path. And then you turn around and you look at what you just did, and it looks like a painting. It looks like you drew something, almost like you painted something, and it just looks really, really cool. You also have to know a little bit about art, or at least know about contours and shadows and that kind of thing, and outlines, because if you throw too much paint in one area, it's just going to be completely black, and you're not going to see any contours or any shadows or any highlights, so you're not going to tell what it is. So you want to throw a limited amount of black paint in areas so that you could see the highlights of the white and all that, and so that you could see that, oh, this is a forest, or this is a bench, that kind of thing. So if you're wondering why I didn't continue playing it, because I did play it maybe for like 20 minutes. I've said this in the past, I have pretty bad motion sickness, and some games really make me dizzy. It all depends on the movement on the screen and on whether it's third person or first person. First person tends to do it more to me than third person. But sometimes it happens with unexpected games, and this was one of the ones that I didn't expect to feel sick, but I didn't feel dizzy. I felt completely nauseous, and I was very nauseous for about 3 hours after I turned it off. So I don't know what it was. I wasn't dizzy, which is weird, because whenever it kicks in, I get dizzy. I don't get nauseous. But this was weird. This was just, I don't even know. It just crept up on me all of a sudden. I was like, I feel like I'm gonna throw up. And it happened to me twice. First time, I was like, you know what, maybe it was just a coincidence. Maybe I wasn't feeling too well or whatever. But then the second time, I played it, it happened again. So it's obviously the game. I think it's probably the whole disoriented feeling, the whole white around you, but it does look very unique, artistic, and it's just aesthetically pleasing if you appreciate this kind of stuff. If not, you probably wouldn't like this. You might think it's boring. On the screen, this is me playing. I'm sorry I can't show you further stuff further along the game, but I know that it does change a lot. Like, you could see more color starts coming into the screen. You could see more of the environment around you. Instead of having paint on one section, you have water, where you water the plants and they start growing and you start climbing on veins and all that stuff. There's a element of puzzle solving to it, but I've heard that the puzzles aren't that big or that great. To follow the story, it doesn't just happen. You pretty much have to find the story for it to unravel. So as you could see here, you see a little T floating there. That's a story panel. So you would have to throw black ink on it, and then you would get a narration of the story continuing. So you have to find these hidden letters to continue the story panel. If you don't, then you're not going to know what's going on. You're just going to be stuck in an area until you find that letter. You could buy items by getting balloons that you find. In the beginning, there's an option where you could buy stuff depending on how many balloons you get, or balloon points or whatever. But I also heard that the items that you could get don't really make a difference. That they do, but they're not that crucial or anything like that. It's available on the PSN already, and you know what I didn't check was if it's still $14.99. It was $14.99 because of the PlayStation Plus, but I don't know if it's $14.99 regularly. So what I think, with what I played, I would love to be able to play the rest of it. Unfortunately, I can't, but I was piqued enough to want to play more. My suggestion to you guys is, if you like this type of stuff, like artistic and unique things, like when it comes to, like, oh wow, I get to paint this, or anything like, or something like that, or imagine this. If you're that type of person, you might enjoy this. If you're more of a, no, put me in a scenario, in an environment, it's already there, give me a mission, tell me what to do, story's already there, whether I get to choose what it is or what I don't do, there's still a story there and I don't have to go looking for it. If you're that type of person, you probably will get bored of this game very fast. So I think what makes this game shine the most is its aesthetic value. If you want to just try something different, this might be a good change, and a new change that could interest you and just make you see things in a different light. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you guys have played the game, please let me know what you think about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.